Most of us already know the basics of being healthy. We need to eat better. We need to drink more water, move more, sleep properly, stop overeating. But knowing what to do and actually doing it are two completely different things. I am not a doctor. I am not a nutritionist. I am not a health guru. I am just a man on my own journey with health and nutrition, learning as I go, testing what makes sense, what works for me. We are all different and different things work for different people. I'm here to share the information that helps me understand my body better, because sometimes the message is not new. Sometimes we have heard it 100 times before, but then one day, for some unknown reason, we hear it from the right voice. We hear it in the right way, and we hear it at the right time, and something finally clicks. That is the purpose of this channel. Not perfection, not preaching, just learning out loud. So hopefully you can learn or gain some understanding, and hopefully making health feel clearer, more practical, and more human. So if this message resonates, if the delivery helps, or if this is the kind of content you want more of, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with someone who might need to hear it. I'm Leon Figures, and I hope you enjoy this video on some of the health benefits of drinking water. I have taken time to look up some credible sources and provide a brief summary of what I found, but I encourage you to look at them yourselves and apply them to your health journey. Now, the same dehydration can experience something very quickly in the body, a complete drop in energy. One of the biggest lies people tell themselves when they feel exhausted is this: I must need more caffeine or stimulant. Sometimes you do not need more caffeine. Sometimes you need more water, because even mild dehydration has been shown to measurably reduce physical energy, mental alertness, and endurance performance. This is documented human physiology. A major review published in the Journal of Nutrition found that the body water loss of little as 1 to 2% can impair mood, concentration, vigilance, memory, and increase fatigue. Hear that again, 1 to 2%. That is mild dehydration. That is the kind of dehydration you can hit simply by being underwatered at work, after a bad night's sleep, after several coffees, after sweating, after training, after a busy day and moving around and forgetting to drink. And yet, at that mild level, performance begins to drop. This is why hydration is so deceptive, because people think unless they feel like they are dying, water cannot be the issue. Small fluid deficits are enough to start lowering the efficiency of the machine. Now, why does this happen? First, dehydration reduces blood volume, and blood volume matters because water is the main component of blood plasma. When hydration drops, plasma volume falls. When plasma volume falls, circulation efficiency falls. And when circulation efficiency falls, oxygen and nutrients are delivered less effectively around the body. The heart now has to work harder to move a smaller fluid volume. Think about that. You are asking the cardiovascular system to maintain delivery with less transport medium. That means tissues receive less efficient fuel delivery. Less oxygen to the muscles means sluggishness, earlier fatigue, reduced stamina. Less oxygen to the brain means slower thinking, reduced sharpness, poorer concentration. So the body starts feeling flat, not because all systems have shut down, but because all systems are now receiving slightly poorer support. Now, it goes even deeper than blood flow. Dehydration makes cells produce energy less efficiently. Every single cell in your body creates ATP, which is usable energy through metabolic reactions that occur in the water-based medium. Hydration supports nutrient transportation into cells. Hydration supports enzyme activity. Hydration supports electrolyte balance. Hydration supports waste removal. All of those things are part of the efficient cellular chemistry. When hydration is poor, cellular chemistry becomes less efficient, and this does not always show up as some dramatic collapse. This is where people say things like, I feel flat, I can't focus, I am dragging, I feel weirdly low. That subtle, underpowered sensation is often the body running chemistry under less than ideal fluid conditions. The machinery is still on, but it is not running smoothly. Clinical exercise studies show this very clearly too. The American College of Sports Medicine and multiple exercise physiology studies have shown that dehydration increases perceived exertion and reduces endurance capacity, meaning the exact same task feels harder sooner. The same treadmill pace feels heavier. The same lifting session feels more draining. The same walk feels more effortful. The same day feels more tiring. So when someone drinks water and suddenly says, I feel like I've more energy, it's not necessarily because water gave them some magical stimulant hit. Often they are simply correcting the hidden physiological drag that removed friction from the system. The body can now move blood more efficiently, deliver oxygen more efficiently, regulate temperature more efficiently, and perform work with less internal resistance. There is another study that makes this even more obvious. The University of Connecticut hydration study found that mild dehydration caused fatigue, confusion, tension, and lower vigor in otherwise healthy adults. So dehydration affects not only muscular output, it affects subjective mental energy, meaning your performance of the day changes. You feel more irritated, more foggy, you feel more tense, you feel more mentally dull. That is important because people often think energy is just a muscle issue. No, hydration affects the brain's felt experience of energy as well. So what does all of this mean in very simple terms? When you are underhydrated, blood transports less efficiently, oxygen delivery drops, the heart strains more, the brain becomes less alert, cells perform chemistry less smoothly, and you feel drained. Not necessarily because something catastrophic is wrong, but because the internal machinery is working under hidden friction. When properly hydrated, that hidden drag is removed. The body is not fighting as much internal resistance, so energy improves, mental clarity improves, physical stamina improves, work capacity improves. This is why medically defensible summary is so strong. Credible medical research shows that even mild dehydration of just 1 to 2% body weight can reduce blood volume, impair oxygen delivery, disrupt cellular energy production, and increase fatigue, confusion, and low mood. Adequate hydration, therefore, measurably improves both physical and mental energy. That is scientifically strong statement, in fact, and it gives an excellent, blunt, practical line. You do not need to be severely dehydrated to feel exhausted. Medical studies show losing just 1 to 2% of your body's water can measurably increase fatigue and reduce concentration. Water is one of the most basic biological requirements of your body needs to function properly. It supports blood volume, it supports kidney filtration, it supports bowel movement, it supports appetite control, it supports oxygen transport, it supports headache prevention, It supports immune defense. It supports energy. It supports skin function. It supports metabolic efficiency. And when you do not get enough, your body does not always collapse. It quietly becomes less efficient. That is the danger. Sometimes dehydration feels like thirst. Sometimes it feels like tiredness. Sometimes it feels like poor concentration. Sometimes it feels like dark urine. Sometimes it feels like constipation. Sometimes it feels like headaches. Sometimes it feels like poor gym performance. And sometimes it feels like bloating. And sometimes it feels like dull skin. Have you actually hydrated properly today? Because your body isn't asking for magic. It's asking for the raw material to do its job. I'm Leon Figures, and I'd really like to thank you for making it to the end of this video. This is part 6 of 8 of my series of water and the benefits of them. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with someone who you feel needs to hear it. You get one body, fuel it properly. Until next time.